Yes. All right. Greetings, fellow witches and wizards, to the wonderful world of the Imagineering. Wow, I'm fucking this up. Jesus Christ. Do you want to give it a go?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm here also, by the way.
Hello.
Greetings, fellow witches and wizards, to the wonderful world of Imagineering and the House Cup Yearbook. Grab your every flavored beans as we take our flying forward Angelinas on a journey through 7 fictitious years worth of real life armchair Imagineering awesomeness that's more exciting than the Quidditch World Cup. Sit back, fetch a butterbeer, and raise your wands as we take you through the House Cup Yearbook.
Well, that's a lot better than I could do, dude. Okay, so we're starting a little late. We were
reminiscing.
Oh, we were reminiscing. We were having a grand old time before we came on. But okay, so Adventure Blue Dude, the House Cup. I don't want to spend too much time getting into the semantics of it all. You guys know it. You guys love it. It's been one of the most successful Imagineering competitions / events, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of changing the game on WDWMagic in a way. It definitely broke some new ground in terms of like being a competition that anyone could jump into at any point. There's no individual winner. You're playing through teams. And I kind of like the team building atmosphere that this competition evokes. And I also think that adding people from year to year is interesting. Like I kind of had some concerns about it earlier on in the process, but looking at it this way, I think it's interesting in terms of like people who have competed all the way from year 1 to year 7 would be seniors, whereas people just jumping in at like year 6 or 7 would probably be considered freshmen. So I think either way, you've got the Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. I think it's a really good, encouraging way to build teams and build friendships and whatnot. So what are your general thoughts on House Cup?
Yeah, it's really interesting because of how unique it is as a concept. I very much like the idea of not doing eliminations and also bring people in whenever. Like, I made thrilled at a game like that a few years ago on the other forum, and it's a really great concept, and I'm glad it's coming back, and it's gone very well.
Okay, so we're just going to dive into this. The whole point of the House Cup podcast, I have been very busy with school, and school went badly, but we're not going to talk about that. I've been very busy with school. I haven't been able to get to the podcasting that I would have liked to get to. There was a lot of stuff that I missed out on. Adventure Blue Dude, my God, you have loud crickets in the background.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
It's a living.
It literally sounds like a Bug's Land.
It's great.
Okay, well, wow, I've never noticed it before.
It's been there for years.
Really?
So yeah, every summer. So yeah, just let it act as the atmosphere for this mysterious eve.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so House Cup, basically we're going to be pointing out in the yearbook kind of just some of the most memorable events, some of the most memorable projects and whatnot from the years, and from each round represents a year in this game, much like how Harry Potter has 7 years, this has 7 years. So with that in mind, Imagineers and the final fantasy land, the year 1 concept. Now, you were in this from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So what did you think about this opening project with New Fantasyland?
No, I liked it. I mean, Fantasyland's basically done, but there's still things that you're zooming in a lot. There's still a lot of things.
Give me a break.
There's still a lot of
There's
things.
The houses. It's the House Cup. I'm just showing the houses.
Yeah. There's still a lot of things that could be done with it. So, like, it was a cool project. It was fun.
Okay, we'll get into the main results of that momentarily. But one of the cool things about this this concept is, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically every project had different mini challenges like this, and they would all be titled different things, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I really like that concept. I really like the idea of having mini projects go towards like having your team do basically additional bonus points. It's a good way to kind of encourage people to go above and beyond for their team. Look at the GIF of Darth Vader riding Dumbo. It's absolutely adorable. I love the stormtroopers waving. I could just literally stare at that all night and it'd be the podcast. But did you do anything for this?
I haven't done any of the side projects.
Okay.
Because I've been busy in general, as my team is so well aware of.
Okay, well, I definitely want to highlight some of the side projects because I think it's an interesting little twist to the game, and it's nice that it gives Space and Monorail Red and Company a good idea of a really good opportunity to expand their wings and kind of do many more concepts than, like, say, So You Want to Be an Imagineer would be able to do. Like, we've got booked in 13 projects for So You Want to Be an Imagineer season 13. No more, no less. You guys have a lot more to work with this side project idea. So let's get into some of them. Let's get into Space's Monsters Inc. door coaster. What do you think of this?
It was an interesting concept. It's a concept that's been looked at a lot in the past few years.
I'm honestly surprised this has never been made.
So am I.
It's one of those Imagineering concepts that keeps being brought up and brought up and brought up. It's a lot like the Little Mermaid dark ride at this point.
Yeah.
But basically, this is just an inverted coaster. What does he do that kind of sets it apart from, say, a Vekoma SLC? Is we all love our Vekoma SLC, right?
Oh, you know it.
But seriously, what special technology does this thing have?
I'm not entirely sure because I haven't read this in a while.
Great. Well, the doors actually are able to slope at a small 23-degree angle, which means they can kind of swing from side to side, almost kind of like an arrow suspended coaster, which is much better than the Vekoma SLC.
Correct.
So,
I miss those.
Oh, you should go to Magic Mountain and go on.
I know. It has one of the last ones.
It does.
I grew up going on Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens.
Well, hey, now you have Bear Bolton.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's great, but it's not an arrow suspended.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. But no, I like this. I think it kind of gives, like, it kind of gives the thrilling, smooth ride of, like, let's say a B&M suspended coaster. Like, let's get the SLC out of the picture. We all know SLCs suck. But, like a good Batman the Ride style B&M inverted coaster with some of the cool swinging aspects of an arrow suspended coaster, but also kind of take it to the next level with today's technology, today's hydraulics and everything. I thought it was a really good concept.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So moving on, let's go to, I believe you have stuff to say about this.
Which one?
Armichael's Great Movie Ride.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem with it. I just think that it being trackless is slightly pointless.
And here's my thing. I'm just a sucker for trackless technology. Anytime I'm used, I'm like, ooh, trackless.
I mean, I totally get that, but I'm just rereading this quickly. I read it earlier, but I just wanted to make sure I'm not getting things wrong. So, like, I get it, it's interesting, but I am still slightly iffy on it being trackless. Because, like, it totally makes sense, but if it's keeping the same track layout as the ride has already, which very well might not be. Again, I'm not good at details or professionalism.
But you're good at quick wit, which is what we need.
Good. Well, damn it, I try. But yeah, if it's keeping that original track layout, it's really pointless to have it be trackless because it's not utilizing it in a way that it could be.
And with me, the reason I like this is the Great Movie Ride has always been a ride that's fascinated me. It's definitely like at the top of my bucket list of WDW rides, along with stuff like, Everest, Spaceship Earth, stuff like that. Definitely out of all the rides at MGM or Studios or whatever the hell the name of that park is these days, out of all the rides there, it's definitely the one that fascinates me the most and that I most want to go on. having said that, I think the fact that there's a guide there makes the whole thing a little bit awkward and a little bit cumbersome, and I think the guide is just kind of unneeded at this point. And I think the attraction would flow better without the guide. Now, I'm saying that just as someone who's watched the videos and not actually experienced the guide in person, but I don't know. It's just there's something about like just with a ride that has so many atmospheres, so many different set pieces. I just think it'd be better to just kind of like have the trackless technology. Like, even if you take the same track layout, you can still do cool things with the trackless technology, like have the vehicles spin and go backwards and forwards and stuff like that. You know,
I get that. A lot of the thing with the guide is that the guide, it's like Jungle Cruise, the tours, like.
But is it as iconic as the Jungle Cruise?
Well, no. What I was gonna say was, if you get really bad ones, they're really bad.
Okay.
But if you get really good ones, they're really good, and they very much add to the experience. We're like, it's not integral, the guide, and even now with TCM, when they added the Robert Osborne stuff to it, it kind of made the guide even more obsolete. But the guide.
Oh, that's way zoomed in.
Oh,
well, now you get a good look at the ride vehicle.
The guide to me is it's kind of integral because it really brings guests into the world and story of the ride. Where like with the interaction with the gangster, with the interaction with the bandit, or even like at the end when the guide is talking to the witch in the Wizard of Oz scene, it really brings you more into the ride than it would if you're just there experiencing it. To me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Like I said, I'm coming from the perspective of having not actually experienced the ride, so
yeah.
Okay, let's move on then. Let's get to D Squared's Walktronics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a new ride system using the most advanced audio animatronics ever. So it is a ride system, Blue Dragon 5. The whole idea of it is to...
Well, back up.
What?
Yep.
What?
We got a problem here?
What do you mean?
Just call me Blue Dragon 5.
Well, you know how racist
I know.
I am against blue people. So
I know.
I mean, I can't stand you blue people. You're all the same, and you should be just rallied up and all right. I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop this. Oh God, that could have gone south really quick.
You were going in a direction.
Yes, I was. Oh. You Blue Dragon 5 and the Blue Man group.
Yeah.
Just in Pasquale's kitchen as pizza slaves. That's where you need to be.
But getting back to this,
yes. So it is a ride system. The whole idea is it's basically like riding animatronics, like you would ride an elephant or something. You know, like you could ride a dinosaur, you could ride an animatronic pack mule.
But the way he describes it is that you're in a cart that's being pulled by a pack mule.
Okay,
which to me makes it just sound like a dark ride that has legs that move, but the legs are attached to a wheel. So it's really what it sounds to me is like any other dark ride system, but with legs to make it more thematic.
But I think there's a lot. The thing that appeals to me about this system is the fact that you can do a lot of different things with it. Like instead of us riding in the caterpillar, we could ride on a cart being pulled by the caterpillar, and the caterpillar could have like realistic animatronic movements to it.
But you're still just riding in a cart. It's basically retheming the caterpillar to be a cart and putting what the caterpillar was at the front, which doesn't really change it to me. I mean, it's a great idea. I very much like it.
I just like the practicality of it. I mean, not necessarily the practicality of it, just kind of how it's definitely malleable. You know, it's
I totally agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
excuse me. All right, let's
Okay.
go on to.
Moving on.
Okay, that's. There's other projects to highlight for the for that prompt, but we're going to just go ahead to the Quidditch prompt. Because the idea of this is not to go over every single project; it's just kind of to highlight some of them that we think are interesting and would lead to a good discussion. So, year one, Quidditch. This. Oh my God!
What?
They're so overpowering. The crickets.
Nah,
Nah.
they're great.
Right. So Quidditch. We did a project very similar to this, Adventure Blue, dude. You remember?
Yes. Season 10.
I want to say, and we called it QU, as in Q University, which I thought was a clever title. So basically, it's very simple. Just design an attraction queue or design an upgrade to an attraction queue.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to your favorite thing in the whole wide world. I have one question for you, Adventure Blue, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, too bad, because you're building one anyways. Wait,
What?
Can you see this? Oh yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, so slide puzzle games for Frozen. What do you think?
I'm not too into that. The snowman thing, fine. Like, it's a cool idea. It gives people things to do in the queue, but playing Bejeweled is not my favorite thing to do when I could instead do it on my phone.
The thing that's always gotten me about these interactive queues is I don't get how they don't slow down the lines and cause.
Oh, they absolutely do.
Okay, well, goddamn it, I don't like them, man.
Terrible. I'm trying to think of examples. Peter Pan gets bad occasionally because of the interactive queue. Space Mountain gets awful. Like the wait is long anyway because they run one side basically exclusively for FastPass Plus, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But in the third tunnel, they have like maybe 10 screens, like 10 sections of screens for games, and people will stop, which is great. Like, play it when the queue stops, but they play it. And then, like, the game ends and everyone moves forward, and then you realize that the queue restarts at load. So, like, it just backs up, like, into the beginning of the queue because so many people stopped to play the game.
Oh God. Okay, but I don't know. Honestly, Frozen is just like a hot button issue right now, so that's kind of why I chose this. Have you seen footage of the insane lines to get into the Hyperion?
Yes, I saw one picture.
Okay,
where it was going down Buena Vista Street.
Spoiler alert, people. When we meet up in 4 weeks from today, which is going to be awesome, are we going to go to the Frozen show? No, we're not going to go to the Frozen show.
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. I just honestly don't care to waste an hour in Disneyland to reenact Frozen.
Well, no, Monkey said it was like at least an hour in line and then an hour through the actual show.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
They have a cool stage, but that's about it.
I'm looking forward to Soarin' Over the World, though, and I'm doing I'm doing a diligent job to not look up spoilers for that.
Oh, that is the one thing from Shanghai that I haven't seen.
I agree.
The only thing I know is that Patrick Warburton's back.
And it starts over ice. It starts in the Arctic.
Yes.
That's the only thing I know.
Yes.
All right. And maybe I'll like it better than Soarin', because y'all know what I feel about Soarin'. Hey, Adventure Blue dude.
I'm not, no.
You want to come over and use my erector set?
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh yeah, because did you know that Soarin' was invented with an erector set? Did you know that, Adventure Blue dude?
I promise you, I'm going to meet that guy and I'm going to get him to sign an erector set. And then I will die happy.
I like how he doesn't even have a name. He's just Electros.
That's because I forget his name.
He's just Erector set guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I want to highlight the door coaster was Space's idea. R. Michael did Great Movie Ride. D Square did Walktronics, and Fox and the Hound did the Frozen Ever After. So
Yes.
just want to give people their proper due. Okay. All right. So let's go to Gryffindor for Tony the Tigger. Okay, and he's doing a Spaceship Earth queue. You and I are a bit mixed on this, so how do you feel?
I mean, I like the idea. I just don't necessarily like it for Spaceship Earth because of
when I see that, that's exactly that. Like that picture right there is just like the epitome of masterful queue.
Yeah, no, but like I said this to you before it went on. Like
I know.
Picture that queue exactly where it is in a box. Like, not only would it create even more of a bottleneck, like presumably, like theoretically, but it just wouldn't look nice. And I
don't know about that. I like the idea of rock work around Spaceship Earth,
but entirely under Spaceship Earth.
Yeah. What if it's like not entirely, but what if they build kind of like cave systems around Spaceship Earth?
It would still look weird because like a big thing with Spaceship Earth is the sleek design. Mm-hmm. And if you're making it really busy underneath, it's going to be very noticeable.
Okay. Just like your crickets are very noticeable.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, they are.
I know they are.
They're very bad.
Yeah. No, but like I was defending this type of queue earlier because it really works for Epcot because since there isn't really a story, like there isn't really a backstory rather, there's no need to set anything up in the queue. So having the queue sort of be separate from the ride kind of separates the ride from everything else, which I like.
Okay.
Like Universe of Energy does it, Spaceship Earth does it. That's about it. Living with the Land does it.
Small World.
Yeah, Small World. Most of the Fantasyland Arc rides.
We were talking about Pirates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's a more modest form of a queue, but I think it gets the job done. Yeah. And one thing I have to say is like I've not been to Epcot, but I imagine just standing under Spaceship Earth would be a cool experience unto itself.
No,
and this would be kind of lost. Okay.
It would. Yeah.
So, 10 fake brownie points to Gryffindor! All right, so let's get into the main presentations and go through them as quickly as we can because we don't have a lot of time. So,
yeah, so we did a project. Team Slytherin. That's us. Well, that's not me. I'm not a Hufflepuff. Who is not a Hufflepuff? He's Slytherin. I was supposed to do a thing for this, and then I didn't.
Was it burn related?
As will be a recurring theme. No, I was going to do the Mickey's Beanstalk drop tower.
Oh, okay.
Which I still really wanted to do.
So we've got some aesthetic changes that are very similar to, but not quite in the same vein as Fantasyland at Disneyland. I like how it's like, I feel like this is a little more curvy than the Fantasyland at Disneyland. The Fantasyland at Disneyland is much more like, kind of like Alpine Village, where this is more kind of like Storybook Village.
Where's that picture from, though? Is that Paris?
I believe this is Paris, yes.
Yeah.
And Paris definitely has a very Storybook-esque Fantasyland.
No, it does. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of skim through these all, folks, because we don't really have a lot of time to do anything else. PhilharMagic. Adventure Blue Dude and I both agree. We think it's a good attraction. We think it's kind of got a weird following at WDWMagic, but
yeah.
Okay, so let's see what. So I guess the big thing with this didn't they replace Donald with Mickey here?
What do you mean?
In the show?
Oh, maybe.
I'm pretty sure they did, but I haven't read this in a while since I compiled this. Yeah.
I like how it was changed. The one thing that I don't understand why nobody has done, and I even suggested in our PM, was making PhilharMagic is set up in such a way that it's purposely modular, where like you can put anything anywhere. So why has nobody ever attempted to try making the film randomized? Because you could very easily do that. It wouldn't be that much, and you could make it like a pretty much entirely unique experience every time.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that'd be a
That's
good
my
way to
thing.
kind of like, because my whole thing about PhilharMagic is it's basically at the top of the line when it comes to 3D theme park experiences right now. Having
Yeah.
said that, with D-Box and IMAX 3D and all that good stuff, I think 3D theme park experiences in general are kind of a dying art form.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like circle vision in a weird
Yeah.
sort of way, in a weird kind of like full circle kind of way.
Ah.
I know. Pun intended. Pun
Oh
intended.
god.
Okay. So, let's see. It's a small world. The exterior is given. I don't know how you pulled that off though. Like,
Neither do I.
Yeah, like I mean, the one at Disneyland. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's huge.
Yep.
It's fucking huge.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I've already called the WDW one a strip mall version of that.
It is, and also that
I mean, look how much it zooms in when I zoom in on it. I mean, it's massive.
the corridor that is Small World and Peter's Pan is notoriously crowded always as well.
Oh god. Oh
So,
god.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I don't really see how that would be pulled off. Okay.
Peter Pan's Flight, I believe, just got some general stuff.
Yeah.
Same with Little Mermaid. I'm pretty sure that was just general stuff.
So here's the one you were gonna do. Is there a ride video there for this?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just the overture. Yeah, I think the only thing
I like this idea. It's like a kid-friendly Tower of Terror.
Exactly. And I really wish I actually wrote it. The ride outline's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good. My only problem with it though is, do we think that Mickey and the Beanstalk is iconic enough to warrant an e-ticket?
It has a shop in each park.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Where is it at Disneyland? What shop at Disneyland?
I might be wrong about Disneyland. In Disney World, at least, it has a store. Sir Mickey's in Disneyland. In Disney World, you have one at Disneyland as well. Is themed after Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Sir Mickey's?
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is.
I believe it. I believe there is one in Disneyland.
It might be where the Villain's Lair used to be.
It could be.
Okay. Well, anyways, I do think Mickey and the Beanstalk is one of the more popular Mickey shorts, so...
Yeah.
So Princess Fairy Tale Hall, not much more to say about that, except meet and greets. Yeah, meet and greets! Rock and roll!
Yeah.
I don't want to put too much effort into meet and greets, though, but there was one thing that we passed by that I regret not taking a picture of and not getting a picture with. Dr. Facilier on the Mark Twain.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I know. I regret not getting a picture of that. Me and Monkey and Garrett just walked by it like, ooh, it's Dr. Facilier on the Mark Twain, and the line's not too long. But nope, we never got a picture. I'm like, damn it. anyways. Sword in the Stone. Okay, well, we're not there yet. The Wonderland. What do you think of this whole, like, hey, everyone's going to clone the Wonderland maze now?
Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. That was just like, we needed a transitional thing. So I was like, hey, let's do Wonderland, because that'd be cool.
It's not even like a full-blown attraction, is it? It's more of just kind of like a walkway, am I right?
Yeah, like, it's bigger than that, but, like, I believe when we talked about it, it was more, like, transitional. Because a lot of the thing is we wanted to get, like, a Matterhorn equivalent that works as a really good, subtle transition between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, because the problem is, in Disney World now, Fantasyland just kind of stops, and suddenly there's cars and gas. So, like...
Whereas with Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, you have that great transitioning point with the Matterhorn and the Sub-Lagoon.
Yes. So, like, Alice in Wonderland is kind of natural, because the Mad Tea Party's right there. So if you shorten the speedway or just take it down completely, you can build into that, kind of make a Wonderland subland, keep the Mad Tea Party basically where it is, and build onto that and have a much smoother transition out of a forest into Tomorrowland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to yeah. So there's the idea right there. Mad Tea Party. Curious. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just kind of skimming this.
It's
this very much looks like Basket Buddy concept art.
That's because it is.
Well, my God. The Sword and the Stone. I should post some of this on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer Facebook page.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? I mean, I think Sword in the Stone has kind of oddly gotten a little bit of a surge in popularity recently. I think because a lot of people are kind of nostalgic for it. But having said that, I've always personally thought it's one of the weaker Walt era Disney films, if not.
It is. I know when we were trying to look at things, and I remember making a list of like Disney movies that had yet to have a ride, or a dark ride rather, and we were basically limited, like in terms of things that would have fit in Fantasyland, we were basically limited to Sword in the Stone, Robin Hood, and Black Cauldron. So Sword in the Stone was kind of natural.
Well, Robin Hood is the example that Tony Baxter always points out of how not to do a dark ride.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You guys could have done Enchanted, a dark ride through the alleys of New York.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay. So, no, this is a really good project, though. I mean, in spite of, like, the questionable IP, and I agree with you, it is probably, like, going down the list, it's probably one of the more natural fits, but in spite of the fact that it's a less popular film, I think it's a really damn good idea. So, I'm so sorry, folks. These projects are massive in scale, and I don't know that we're going to have time to, like, really get into the nitty-gritty with them, but
that's okay.
Okay, so Gryffindor.
Yes.
I really like this build-up. Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought. Think of Cheshire, think of tea, think of Tweedledum like Hatter's famous pour. Come explore, come explore, come explore. Up you go in a world of hope and meet with Doc and Dope. There's a spoonful of sugar for you and PhilharMagic too.
They missed a beat.
They did. Think of the honey's pods, just like Heffalump dots. I don't know. Some of these rhymes are kind of stretching it.
No, this works.
No, you're right. Think of Tigger, think of Roo, think of Pooh, and Eeyore too. You'll find them and even more. Oh God, I'm such
that one's too many syllables.
I know. Yeah.
Jesus.
You'll find all that and more.
Step it up, songwriters.
Blue Dragon, God damn it, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
It's not okay.
Adventure Blue Dude. We need to go on Splash Mountain and we need to sing the goddamn zippity rap up the lift hill.
Oh my God. Also, get ready for music.
I know.
I would just like to quickly point out this might be my favorite website because I didn't go on it before tonight. And then when I got on it, I was like, oh my God, this is weird. They picked the same arrangement of Sleeping Beauty Waltz.
The sound on this
No, you can't. There should be an option, but there's not.
Wow.
But I heard the music. I was like, wow, they took like the exact arrangement of Sleeping Beauty Waltz from the 1998 Disney Passport CD-ROM. And then I went into the ride, and I was like, oh my God, they've recreated the CD-ROM. And I was so very happy. So, great job.
Okay, honestly, I'm going to have to leave it at that because of the music issue, because I can barely hear you over the music. But you did a good job summarizing why that project is awesome, just the CD-ROM thing.
Everything on there was great as well.
I'm terribly sorry, folks. It's just that music is just like, there's no way we could have a good conversation with that. Okay, so let's get into Hufflepuff. Let's see. What do they have here? Wait,
Lands of Fantasy.
is this all they? Oh my god.
No, you go to themed areas in the top right corner.
Oh,
Yeah. And look at that, they have Wonderland too.
Wonderland, right? Even though nobody gave a shit about Through the Looking Glass.
Well, it's because that movie was bad.
Okay. European Village. This looks nice. This looks nice. It's just like a little courtyard. When will my life begin? Rapunzel's Adventure. What do you think of Rapunzel for a Fantasyland ride?
It would be good, but that's a very depressing name.
When will my life
When will my life begin?
It should be I See the Light, if anything.
I would agree. Or even just Rapunzel's Magical Adventure. Like, make the subtitle the title.
Rapunzel's Magical Adventure, See the Light.
In large letters, when will my life begin?
The whole movie, the whole attraction is just like an exploration about like Stockholm syndrome and depression.
Oh my god.
Oh god. You just, the queue is just winding up the tower, and then the ride is you're stuck in the tower all day. Okay. No,
Yeah,
in all seriousness though,
Tangled would make a really good ride.
especially with I See the Light. I feel like I See the Light is kind of begging to be like a scene in a dark ride.
Yeah. And it sort of is in Shanghai, but it's outside in marble.
Right.
So they got both parts of it incorrect.
So they have Pinocchio's Daring Adventure, not Journey. Adventure.
Well, I mean, it is more of an adventure than a journey. But
Yeah,
really,
I think that's a bit redundant where you have adventure and then adventure.
What?
You have Pinocchio's Daring Adventure and then Rapunzel's Magical Adventure. I think that's a little redundant.
Everyone has adventures.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you look at Fantasyland, it's like it's Snow White's Scary Adventures.
Yeah, Peter Pan's Adventure. It's a small adventure.
Peter Pan's Flight, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Alice in Wonderland. They're all
Snow
different
White's
things.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Adventure.
Oh god.
Under the Adventure.
Okay.
Voyage in the
Okay.
Lunar Maps. It's late.
I understand. It's okay. Okay. Is there any difference between Enchanted Forest and Enchanted Wood? Well, there you
no.
go. There
Nothing
you
we
go.
can say on air.
Oh god. Whoa.
Sorry. It's late.
Tale is old of time. It is old of time. Blue Dragon 5. When a mommy beast and a daddy beast
Whoa,
love
whoa,
each
whoa,
other
whoa, whoa,
very
whoa,
much.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Third fucking time.
Okay. So let's see. Beauty and the Beast is another thing that I'm surprised has not been turned into a dark ride yet.
I would like that as well.
Yeah.
The problem is that both Tangled and Beauty and the Beast already have representation in Fantasyland, but not much room around where they are to fit a dark ride.
Right. Have you been to Be Our Guest?
Yes.
How good is it?
It's good. I've only been for lunch.
Okay.
It's good.
But I mean, like, have you seen the animatronic show and everything?
There is no animation. Oh, you mean the Lumiere thing?
Yeah.
No, they only do that during dinner.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Because my whole thing, like, when I first heard about Be Our Guest, I thought it would be more like a tiki room style thing.
I kind of wish it was. Like, they have some things like that. Like, when you're in the queue, if you go during lunch, you go through a hallway with suits of armor. And the suits of armor talk a little bit.
That's cool.
But that's about the extent of it.
But, Jim, it's lunch. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry for that. Let's see. Anything else besides the Beauty and the Beast ride? Nope. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I think my only problem with that restaurant is that the ballroom is very cafeteria-y.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, what did they do to Wonderland? Let me guess. Did they build a labyrinth?
Oh,
No,
they have
didn't.
another adventure.
They do.
Yeah. See? Everyone has their own adventures.
You know what? I don't mind that because it's at least it's not like so and so's adventure. It's an adventure, but it's not so and so's adventure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Adventure Through Inner Space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Adventure Through Inner Space versus like, I don't know, like, forget it. But I don't know. But there's simply not enough space for all these dark rides. I don't.
I
think
agree.
That's kind of a big problem.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably fit a Wonderland dark ride on part of the plot for the Speedway.
Right.
But still.
Okay, so let's see. We have Fantasia. I actually kind of like this area because it's like it's small, it's understated, and it has like just a nice flat ride that would kind of blend into the area, add like a nice kinetic ambiance to it.
Yeah. Can I see that map at the top again?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That worries me slightly.
Why?
Fantasyland is cringing a lot on Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like a lot. Still very cool. It's just slightly too much.
All right. So let's move on to the... Is that it?
No, we're missing one.
I know, but did one team not submit?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
God, these crickets are putting me to sleep.
I know, man. They're driving me crazy. Oh, look, more Wonderland.
No shit. Look at that.
I do like the idea of a Walrus and Carpenter themed restaurant, though.
Oh my god, there's an oyster bar in Boston that I go to specifically because it's called Walrus and Carpenters.
Okay, well there you go. And this is also called Walrus and Carpenters.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. The Cheshire Grotto. Sit-down themed restaurant. Teacups will be indoors and will not have a roof in it. So it will be open. What?
Is that oxymoronic? It's indoors but open.
It's indoors and it will not have a roof on it. So are they saying it's like in a room within a larger building that doesn't have a ceiling on it?
That's what it sounds like, but I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, people. If someone from this team could clarify, that'd be wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. And of course, we also have the dark ride because we need to have the dark ride. But at least this looks like it's slightly different from the Disneyland version, so I'll give them credit there. It's not a complete clone. All right, Volcanicia. Wow.
They called it Volcanicia?
Volcanicia. Volcanicia.
Or Volcanicia. I know what they were trying to do.
Were they trying to do Volcanica?
Volcania.
Oh, Volcania. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you explain that a little to me?
That's Jules. Well, Volcania, if it's what I think it is. It's what I'm remembering it is. That's the it's the island that Captain Nemo operates off of. The mysterious island.
Okay.
So what it seems like they're doing is they're trying to bridge the gap between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland by doing Discoveryland. Which I quite like. It's an interesting idea.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it'll have the Nautilus.
I do like this. You've got to admit, this looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, this would be a damn cool dining experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay, around the... Oh, God. Didn't someone have it around the world in 80 days ride, and so you want to be an Imagineer at some point?
In Season 8.
Oh, God.
Yeah. During the first project.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was in Nature's Wilderness.
Okay.
Or Nature's Wonder Dome.
Very similar to Peter Pan's Flight. Yeah. I have nothing bad to say about it.
I do like that they have Fogg's Laboratory. Because, like, they make all these rides based off of Jules Verne books, but they never cite the character, which I'm slightly okay with because the main character from The Earth to the Moon is Impy Barbicane. But, like things like Around the World in 80 Days, like other Jules Verne books that they make rides based off of, they could very easily have the characters in, at least mentioned, and they don't.
If they're not Nemo.
What? Well, no, exact. That's what I mean. Like, or if they have a normal name.
Right.
Like, I totally understand for From the Earth to the Moon. But for Journey to the Center of the Earth, they could very easily have a... Not Hardwig. I forget what his actual name is. If you get a bad translation, it's Hardwig. If you get a good translation, it's Lidenbrock. Yeah.
Oh, man. Is that the sort of trivial stuff I'm going to be looking forward to when I go to Disneyland with you?
Theoretically.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we should start to wrap this stuff up. This fog, it does remind me of Da Vinci's workshop from season 8, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, Journey to the Center of the Earth, e-ticket. Yeah, because that's not been done before. I'm sorry.
You're just,
that was mean. That was
you're
mean.
just salty tonight. You're not...
It's late. It's late. I'm sorry. I actually do like this idea because it combines a ride with a drop tower, and I think more and more rides are doing that, and I think it's an interesting ride system. So
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, see, we get nice concept art right here.
Yeah.
Although this is the Tower of Terror concept art, but I digress. It's the same general idea.
Yeah, it gives the same stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know how to feel about this.
It's based off of a video game, and I'm not sure how to feel about it either.
I know. It's based off of Mickey's Speedway USA.
Yes.
I like that game. I have a lot of nostalgia for that game. This should have just replaced the Speedway, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't. Okay, I do like the on the open road could be a good show scene. All right. Well, that's about it. That's it. Let's just quickly. I want to see who won this round. So let me scroll down, folks. I'm going to try and be a little bit more thorough with my research going forward. Because basically what I did was I read all these projects, but that was like 2 weeks ago, and we've kept having to push this back. So yeah. I am not as fresh on these projects as I probably should be. So, okay, who won this project? That's what I want to know.
Who didn't win this project, honestly? Everyone's a winner. I deem.
Is there even a winning team?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Should be.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, year one, interesting that Gryffindor came in 3rd place.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have, and Ravenclaw came in 4th place.
Yeah.
I guess Ravenclaw makes sense. Yeah, Slytherin, I would have honestly probably had Slytherin as number 1, Gryffindor as number 2.
Damn right.
Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry. All right, any final thoughts on year one?
No, it was a great start. And it only picked up.
Yeah, okay, so we will be delving into year 2 sooner rather than later. Thank you all for joining us on the first year, and I'm sorry if it was a little bit unprofessional, and, you know, hopefully, Adventure Blue Dude, hopefully in the future your crickets won't be as loud.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to mic them.
Oh, God. You're going to mic them.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. Wonderful. All right. Well, witches and wizards, that's all for now. We lower our wands and vanquish our Lumos spells as the lights dim on another year of the House Cup Yearbook. Da 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 da. I found a lemon tree. Mute your mic, Adventure Blue Dude, please.
Okay.
I found a lemon tree. 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 I found a lemon tree.